Okay, let's talk about bidding strategy. So, contrary to what Uncle Darren told you around the barbecue the other day, you need to make sure that you've actually thought about your strategy and don't just be the guy with the biggest ego who's trying to be the coolest thing on the planet. It's not going to work for you. You've actually got to think about a few things that will contribute towards how you go about trying to buy this property at auction. So I'm going to give you some insider info that might stand you in good stead moving forward. Now, when you're looking at setting up your bidding strategy, you've got to think of three main things, all right? You've got to think of the statement of information range or the range that has been quoted to you by the agent, okay? The next thing you need to consider is the logical figure that either Uncle Darren or some doubting Tomo who says, oh yeah, it's only worth X amount of dollars. You've got to think about that logical amount of money, okay? And then the last thing you've got to think about is that walk-away price. That figure that if the property goes beyond that certain amount of money, you're cool to lose it. You don't mind you walking away, it's that walk-away figure, all right? You've got to think of those three things. Now I'm going to take you through a couple of different strategies. One is where you go hard at the start and take the initiative, and one is where you go hard at the end and try and take everyone by surprise. And there's a reason as to why you would go with one or the other. Firstly, taking the initiative. Now, this is a strategy that I would recommend if your budget, your walk-away figure, is at the lower end of the quote range that has been quoted to you by the agent. Now, the reason why you want to take the initiative is because ideally, you want to try and freak people out and scare them off. That's the ideal scenario with this strategy. So this is what I talk about when I mean going hard early. Now, if you're going to go hard early, you need to make sure that you're nice and aggressive in everything that you do. Now, by that, I mean body language and representation of your bid. Make sure it's nice and loud, make sure it's nice and proud, make sure you make it very clear that it's you that made the bid. Don't play cloak and dagger with this strategy because you want people to know that you're here and you're here to win this property. Another thing is, don't limp in with a low ball offer. If you go hard with a super low offer, any other buyer that's in the right range to try and buy the property is probably going to have a laugh at you. They're probably not going to take you too seriously. So my recommendation is, if you're going to go hard, don't give your max budget, that'd be silly, but make sure you put an offer that is within the range or at least at the bottom end of the quote range, because if you do that, it is a statement intent that you are there to be taken seriously. If you go too low with that first offer, nobody is going to take you seriously, least of all the auctioneer. And from my own experience, guys, those buyers that come out with the first bid that's within the range generally tend to win a bit of respect from me as an auctioneer naturally, because they're doing it in the right way. They're not there to take the mickey, they're there to buy the home, and they're there to do it, yes, within your budget, but they've got a serious intention to actually make this transaction happen for them. Now, the other strategy is if you've got a bit more capacity within your budget to be able to see the lay of the land and actually watch other people and see how they bid, how they react. Now, the cool thing about this one is that it'll allow everyone else to expand a lot of energy. Nervous energy, bids, their budgets. It will give them an opportunity to use all of that energy before you come in over the top with a big burst of energy moving forward. Now, with this strategy, timing is everything. Now, when I mean timing is everything, I mean it is everything. Why? Because if you place this bid, your first bid, at the right time, the impact that you will create on that auction and on that atmosphere is going to be insane. So the perfect timing would be around about here. $920,000, guys, first call. Now, if you can wait and you can hold your nerve so that you've waited until the auctioneer has checked with any other underbidders as to whether they are out or not, and it looks like the game is over, and you wait for the first call, the second call, even the third call if you're feeling really brave, but maybe the second call. You put your hand up then, and place your intention with a bid that's not just a little weak $1,000 bid or $500 bid, with a decent chunk of a bid. So say for example, everybody's limping at that $500 or $1,000 mark, and you come in with a $10,000 bid or a $5,000 bid even. At that point where that highest bidder thinks that they've won, you are going to deflate so many people's tires, it is unbelievable. So guys, it is a battle of nerves to wait and hold on for that long, but if you can get it right, my gosh, it will create such an impact and you will give yourself way more chances of being successful. So, just to recap, if your budget's at the lower end, you might want to think about going hard, going early and trying to freak people out of making a go of it because of how serious you are of buying the home at a reasonable level. So don't take the mickey. Or you'll wait till the very last minute if you've got a little bit more in the tank and you can afford, both with finances and your nerves, to hang out, wait for a bit and wait until the auctioneer has counted other people out. Then stick your hand up nice and proud with a decent bid and create that impact that's going to give you every chance of getting the right success at auction. So there's 2 strategies for you guys, bit of insider info. Hopefully I'll get to do battle with you quite soon.